There we go. Well, I want to welcome everyone to our September state call. Welcome all Indiana Patriots as well as Tennessee Patriots. I understand we've got Susan from Tennessee setting in tonight on the call for Rodney. So hopefully Rodney will be able to join us a little bit later on. But
Rodney made it.
Pardon me?
Rodney made it.
Oh, Rodney made it? Okay. Good. So I want to go ahead and get started. Once again, we've got a lot to cover tonight, and I'll try my best not to run us over an hour, but can't guarantee it. First of all, let's just kind of quickly go through the agenda for this evening. We'll start off, as we always do, with our vision and mission statement and our aspirational goals. Then we'll get into education and training. Unfortunately, Rachel can't be with us tonight, our education and training director. So I'll cover for her this evening. Then we'll get into the grassroots, our tracking updates that we normally review every month. Our legislative liaison, Paul Phillips, and our comms team, state communications coordinator, Ken Kashuba, will be on later. We're going to touch on self-governance. Got a report for you tonight regarding a new district captain that engaged in self-governance this month of September. And then we'll get into the closing. So I just want to mention also that anytime anyone has any questions about anything that we cover in our call, please feel free to speak up, and you can make a comment. I'm just not the best at recognizing those, but you can try that if you would like. But otherwise, feel free to speak up, unmute yourself, and speak up. Okay, so let's get started. Our vision statement. Our vision here in Indiana is to build a Hoosier grassroots community of citizens and legislators dedicated to the constitutional concept of self-governance. This remains as our vision in Indiana, and we will be staying with this vision unless we decide to make any changes to it. Our aspirational goals are in line with the national aspirational goals, and that is to organize and restore representative government as defined by our written constitution, restore cultural self-governance, and inspire political and spiritual awakening based on the founding of our country. Okay. Now, our mission goals, these are the goals that we've been working on since well over the past year. These are going to be changing come 2019. We'll be talking about that a bit tonight. But our goals so far have been, in fact, to fill all the support positions in our state, fill all the region captain positions, and our goal was to fill 70% of the district captain positions, which would equate to 70 district captain positions. And we'll talk about that a bit. That remains a very, very hard thing for us to do in the state. But anyway, we'll touch on that a little bit later. Our second mission statement goal was that each district captain would meet at least once with their state legislators and present the 34 Ready strategy. We are coming along in that respect, and we'll be talking, I think Paul is going to be talking about another district captain that accomplished this in the month of September. So we're coming along. We're making progress on that goal. And the final goal is to attain 30,000 supporters, volunteers and supporters in the state of Indiana, to grow the grassroots to 30,000. I think we got a good shot at doing that. We're getting closer and closer, closing in on that 30,000 number. So those are the mission statement goals that we've been working on and that we're striving to achieve by the end of 2018. So let's move on then. Let's get into education and training. Again, Rachel can't be with us tonight, but so bear with me and I'll cover it for her. We got some new district captains, new people coming in the month of September, and I wanted to quickly review that list. Jim Caldwell is our new district captain in District 65. Joe Carrillo, co-district captain in District 83. And Joe is going to also become a Veterans Coalition coordinator for a particular area here in the state where he is employed. So first step, though, is we're going to train him to be co-district captain. Next one is David Milliken, district captain for District 37. Jane Hilling is slated to be co-district captain in District 56. And Stuart Haggerty, we're looking at district captain now in District 84 in Region 3. And we have, and we're going to be featuring this young lady tonight, Maya Phillips has taken on the new position that is a national position, or I should say will be a position in every state, and that's the title is Young Americans for Convention of States Coalition Coordinator. So you're going to hear more about that tonight. I'll hold off a little bit here with Maya, because we're going to be talking to her more and learning a little bit more about this this movement that's underway, Young Americans for Convention of States. It's very, very exciting. I think you're going to really like it. We do want to recognize a district captain that has completed Module 2 of the district captain training, and that's Jeff Samuelson in District 9. So congratulations, Jeff. Keep up the good work, and we will be hopefully recognizing you on our October call as a new district captain has completed his training. We have 2 new district captains that have completed their training, and I want to bring each one on camera here one at a time so they can introduce themselves. Jim Jeunesse, District 35. Jim, are you on? You want to unmute yourself and,
yes, I am.
Come on camera. There you go. Jim, congratulations on completing your training. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live on the north side of Anderson, which is the southern part of District 35. I was raised in this area, lived away for many years, but I'm back now caring for my parents and working full-time, and just really excited about getting involved in Convention of States and getting our federal government under control.
Well, good deal, good deal. I know, Jim. What do you're still working, right? You're still supporting us retired people, correctly?
Yes, I am doing my best.
And what profession are you in?
I work at a company down in Noblesville called SMC. They make pneumatic systems. I'm in customer support.
Okay, all right.
But I'm also a musician. I play in bands and do gigs periodically and stuff.
Oh, what instrument do you play?
I'm a drummer and a vocalist.
Oh, really? Really?
Sure.
Well, See, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, I thought your main job that involves a lot of software work. Am I right?
Well, I work on computer from the time I get up till the time I go to bed every day. Doing things because I also do some website and online social media work and a whole bunch of stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, my day job involves being customer support, which is in a help desk type of thing and in contact with people all day long. So it's all computer based.
All right. All right. Good. Good. Well, welcome aboard, Jim. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to Richard Locum. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You were there before. There you go. All right.
My last name is pronounced Loken. It's actually, there's an N, not an M.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Believe me, it happens all the time. I don't know why it's only 5 letters, but everyone's always like Locum, but it's Loken.
Okay, well, so you'll answer to either one, huh?
And hey, you.
Okay. Richard, tell us a little bit about you.
All right. I retired from the Navy in 2005. Started working here in Plymouth, Indiana, the Postal Service in 2006. I became a union steward at my post office in 2008 in order to stand up for the rights of my fellow employees because management was treating them unfairly. I've watched the things in this little town of Plymouth. This is a somewhat conservative little town, but I've watched things become more progressive around here, just like it has everywhere else. And it got to the point where it's like, you know what? That's enough. It's enough. It gets to where it's too much with what's going on with the educational system, with everything that's being put down everyone's throats with tolerance, acceptance. And look what's going on with our current Supreme Court nomination. That's
right.
How things are out of control.
We could spend the entire call talking about that tonight. So
it's so disappointing, and that this should be such a good time to where I should be able to take my 12-year-old daughter and say, watch this process, but I can't. It's embarrassing. I don't even talk about it.
Okay, you're still working at the post office?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You didn't look like you were here. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to be talking about you again later on in this call. I'll just give you a chance right now. You held a meeting, am I right, in Plymouth? Tell us about that.
Well, there's a group here, We the People of Marshall and Fulton County, and when it's more towards the elections, we have more people that show up to our meetings. We usually have about 14, 15 diehard conservative Christian individuals that are really watching what's going on with the school boards, with the council, the county council, with what's going on with our city council and things in the community that we try and we try and have things, and we try and watch what's going on, and it's hard to put. It's spread out into so many things because there's so many things going on, but we believe in the Constitution the way our founding fathers had everything set up for our freedoms, and limiting the government and what they do. The Constitution is supposed to be what the government's not supposed to do. It's for the people. It's not against the people.
Right.
And we follow those principles, and we meet once a month on the second Thursday of every month, and we get together and we discuss things that are going on and what's going on in the community and what's going on at the state and at the federal level. And there's a lot of people that are like me that are they're heartbroken with everything that's going on. And so I was like, well, what about Convention of States? And believe it or not, even though we have almost 29,000 people in the state of Indiana that are aware of this and are supporters, we have a lot of people that still do not know about Convention of States and do not know about Article 5 of the Constitution. So
You're very right.
And
I find that I run into that frequently. People never heard about it, don't know anything about it.
Sure, and everyone is so afraid of a runaway
Right.
Convention, and they're like, well, no, it's not a constitutional convention; it's a convention of states. They don't really even know the difference in that. And
so I know you. I gotta get moving on here, but here just recently you had Paul Phillips, our legislative liaison, and George, I think Ward, our state grassroots coordinator, come over and help conduct a meeting, right? Or make a presentation. Is that right? Make a presentation. Yeah, good presentation. I know Paul does a good job on those. So do you think you made an impression then with the people, the followers there?
Well, for the people that showed up, yes, and then we had some stragglers that showed up afterwards, and we still discussed it. And you know, they want things to be honest. They want morals. They want values. They want the government to work for the people, and they just don't know how to go about getting all that. So the more people we can get involved, the more people we can make aware, and the more that they see the people that are standing up for them, the more that they'll be willing to stand up with us. So we're trying to spread awareness and trying to bring up supporters into volunteers, into activists.
Good deal. Well, you're already doing the job, man. You're already doing the district captain job. So thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay. Well, I want to go on here, and I want to spend some time now talking about Maya Phillips. Maya, are you on with us tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Hi. Are you coming on camp? There you go. Who's that guy next to you there?
This is my dad.
He just had to get into the camera, didn't he? Well, I want to introduce Maya to everyone. Tell us about yourself a little bit, Maya, and what your job is. After you do that, we're going to, I don't know if you knew about this or not, but our state communications coordinator, Ken Kashuba, interviewed David Spencer. And we're going to play that interview here after we talk with you for a few seconds here. So just so you know about that. But tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, for those who don't know me, my name is Maya Phillips, and I am 15 years old, and I am homeschooled. And my job is to get young Americans interested in Convention of States and instill an idea of self-governance so that it will last through generations.
Good deal, good deal. Now, people that you recruit, is it the objective to get them to start groups or clubs in their school? Is that one of the objectives?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the objectives.
Okay, okay. Well, you know, when this first came up, I had met Maya through her dad at some events that we attended, and when this came up and the word was put out looking for young individuals that might be interested in this kind of thing, Maya just immediately popped into my mind. So tell us, what do you're homeschooled, I know, but tell us what you're studying to become.
I want to become a constitutional attorney.
Well, that's what I thought. I hope you hadn't changed your mind, but that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, you're 15, and am I correct that you're actually you're homeschooled, but you're actually taking some college courses now?
Yes, I'm taking government and religion courses at Liberty University, and I just actually submitted a project there on Convention of States.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A project involving, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so for one of our assignments, we had to write about an organization that is impacting American culture positively or negatively, but I chose Convention of States as for my assignment, which you guys are impacting America in a positive way.
Well, that's great.
Thank you.
What kind of grade did you get on it? Do you know yet?
I just submitted it tonight, so I don't know.
Oh. Well, I'd like to know how that was received. And this is Liberty University, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know how that turns out. That'd be very interesting to hear. Okay. Now, I'm going to move on here, and if I can do this, I'm going to, like I said, Ken Kashuba. Ken, are you on? He was supposed to be on here tonight. Ken, are you on tonight? Well, if he's on, he's not. There he is. Unmute yourself, Ken. All right. There you go. All right, good.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about this before I get started on it. I'm just going to play the interview here since we've already talked with Maya, okay?
Okay, you want me to tell you about it? Or
Yeah, tell everybody what you did, what this was all about, and then we'll play it real quick.
Well, I was inspired by Maya when I first met Maya, and was informed that there was a young student over in Ohio that had become very much involved with Convention of States, and was able to contact him. And as I travel Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana for my regular job, was able to connect with David to sit down and talk to him a little bit, because I think the month of September really inspired me with the fact that we've got young students and young adults that want to get involved and make changes. And he was quite the subject, I tell you. He's probably got a busier schedule than President Trump right now. Unfortunately, the only place that we could meet that day was a Dunkin' Donuts, so it was a little noisy, but we were able to get the interview in, and he has promised not only to join us on some of our upcoming calls, but he said that he would also go ahead and do a couple of other recordings where we could be a little more in control of the environment. So go ahead and play that, Dale. I think you'll find him interesting and inspiring.
Okay, here we go.
I'm David Spencer. I'm the National Coordinator for Young Americans for COS. Basically, what I do is I work at the national level trying to recruit, trying to grow our COS team, and trying to better the Convention of States movement. Right now, currently, we're working to bring on state coordinators in every state for the Young Americans for COS. These state coordinators are working to not only grow the Young Americans for COS in their own state, but to educate other college students and other high school students who are eager to get involved. The Young Americans for Convention of States, we're creating Citizens for Self-Governance chapters. I started about 2 years ago. Actually, I started volunteering for the Trump campaign, and my local Republican Party, whenever one day a friend of mine, a mentor, said, "Would you like to come to Mark Meckler at the Capitol? We're having a Convention of States rally there." And he was in D.C., and I had absolutely no clue of what Convention of States was at the time. I talked to Mark. We talked for probably about an hour, and he told me about everything that's possible within Convention of States, what this movement really is, and it inspired me. You know, and that's what we want to inspire other youth to come join us. This is impacting our nation's future, and it's historical. And so after I met Mark and after we had talked about it, we sat down during the lunch of the Capitol Day, and we talked about starting Young Americans for COS. Nothing involved with youth had ever been done in the movement, and he asked me if I'd be willing to help start. And so it started more at the local level to the state, and then eventually Mark and Keith Carmichael asked me to go on to the national level as our national coordinator for the Young Americans for COS. And so whenever I go out and I talk to college and high school students, they have a reaction like this is a brand new thing, like this is it's the next best product out there. You know, you tell them about what they're facing in their adulthood, and they have a look on their face like, wow, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know I was going to inherit this. I didn't know this was going to be how it is. And you tell them, well, look, you have a chance to get involved and change the course. You have a chance to get out there and get involved and to get excited. They say, well, really, I can be part of this. I can be part of this historical movement. I really encourage each and every one of you out there who cares about our nation's course to get involved, to come volunteer for us, join the Young Americans for COS.
All right, good. Now let's see if I can get back to, there we go. All right, sorry for the, Ken, are you still there? I guess there was some sort of...
yeah, I am. I'm still here.
A little delay when it seemed to get better when I went back to the, get away from the full screen, but...
Yeah, that's okay. It can be. We'll be sending out some information, and I'll talk about that a little later. If you me to cover, I can talk about that later.
Yeah,
but,
Ken will be coming back on later on in the call to talk about. But thank you very much, Ken, for doing that interview. I had never seen the guy, seen David before, heard his name mentioned and so forth, but. And we'll let the Steelers sweatshirt go for right now. We won't cause.
I kidded him about that as well, and he said, "Well, I very rarely watch any Steeler games. I'm way too busy to watch football." And I'm telling you, Dale. I thought for sure he was a senior when he walked through the door.
Really?
I was surprised to find out he's a sophomore. He's already been doing this for 2 years, and as I said, he's off traveling. He obviously meets with Mark Meckler, does a lot of speaking at the colleges. I mean, he's got a regular Young Americans tour going already, and I was very impressed with this young man. So we need more kids like him. We really do.
Well, Maya will be following in his footsteps, I'm sure.
Sure she will.
All righty. Thanks, Ken. Okay. Well, let's get into then some grassroots information. We still have positions open, as you can imagine. District captains, we're looking for an events coordinator, still looking for a coalitions director, a state veterans coalition coordinator, videographers, and we're still looking for a state media liaison. And we are, of course, still looking for region captains, but I want to tell you right now we've got some new district captains coming up, and I think we're going to be getting some region captains out of this group of district captains, because we have a few that are they're all very strong, but we have a few that have expressed an interest already in becoming region captains after they've been district captains for a while. So I think we're going to be making some definite improvement there with the number of region captains that we're going to have on board here very soon. Okay, let's take a look at one of our tracking charts that we use, and this is districts per region. We have 9 regions across the state, and of course the districts highlighted in red are the districts where we have a district captain in place, in training or in place. We're down to 22 now. It just seems like we get to that 30 mark and we get above it a few, and it just doesn't last very long, and we drop back down below 30. So we will certainly keep trying, obviously. Our goal, as we stated earlier, was to get to 70% district captains, which in Indiana, we have 100 districts. That would be 70 district captains. So if we look at each region, this line here would be the number of district captains that they need to bring on board. Someone is not muted, and we're getting some background noise. Don't know who that is right now. We'll keep going. Okay. So this line indicates the number of district captains required in each region to attain the 70%. And the red line would be the number of district captains yet to be secured to hit that 70%. So, and region captains, we only have one region captain right now. So we're still looking to bring on more region captains. So I don't know where that echo is coming from. Does anyone have any ideas?
Hey, John, you keep popping up. I think you got a hot mic.
John's got a hot mic? All right. There we go. Is that better? Okay, I just muted John. Okay. Our next tracking chart is has to do with the grassroots tracking, the petition signers. Here in the month of September, we had 490 additional signers come on board. Our worst month this year was August at, I think it was 471. So we improved a bit in September to 490. Region 4 kind of led the way with 72 petition signers. Here is, in this column shows you the year-to-date number of petition signers in each of our regions, and in this column would be the number remaining in each region to hit our goal of an additional 15,000 petition signers, which would take us to 30,000. So you can see most regions have a ways to go, but here in Region 4, they got a very good shot of reaching their goal for petition signers by the end of this year. Outstanding districts in each region over in this area, and of course with we had two districts, our District 13 and 53 were both led the way with petition signers in the month of September. Anyone have any questions so far on anything that we've covered? Okay, all right, guys. Okay, I want to go on then to our legislative liaison, co-state director, Paul Phillips. Paul, you want to take it away?
Sure thing, and I'm going to keep this very brief. As far as a 34 Ready update, I was encouraged to see that we had another 34 meeting 34 Ready meeting with a legislator, and that was Kim Webb. She met with Representative Cindy Kirchhofer, I think I pronounced that right, and it looks like she had a great meeting. So I just wanted to ask Kim to come on and share with you all what that experience was like. Hopefully she's going to tell us how easy that was to do and how she can't wait to meet with her senator. So,
Kim, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, all right.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for nice introduction. I don't know if everybody can see me or not. I just clicked my camera and.
Can you come on camera?
I think I did.
No, we're not seeing you.
Oh, it's dialed in.
There I am.
It says it's waiting synchronization.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kim. I just want to tell you all that Kim. I asked Kim to provide me a picture tonight of her so that I could use it in the presentation, and she said she would try, but if she couldn't, just use a picture of Beyonce. So.
As you can see that I gave him a picture of me. It doesn't look anything like me. In case any of you were worried about that. But I will tell you that I met with Cindy Kirchhofer. She's it's District 89, which is a highly competitive House district. It's been represented by a Republican. Most years there was a gap for one term, and it was the year Barack Obama was elected, 2008. That's the one year it did go Democrat, but it has kind of the demographics have changed in the area. It's a highly competitive district. Our rep is one that she works very hard. She goes door to door. She calls people. Her constituent relations are very, very, very strong. We met at a Starbucks on a Saturday morning. It was a very casual meeting. We just had coffee, and she was kind of concerned at first. She said she wanted to be sure that we didn't question her continued support of the effort, which I assured her that we did not, that I just wanted to keep in touch with her. And I explained to her we went through the 34 Ready information, and I told her that what our goals were for that is we begin discussions with identifying criteria for commissioners and so forth, that and we agreed to be important for me to be able to understand what was important to her, and if there were any certain things that we were talking about that she would have any objection to, so that what would come up with our final kind of product, we would have been able to kind of have it already massaged any concerns that she would have had into the final product. So we've agreed to keep very close contact as we go through developing that, and acknowledging that right now she's pretty busy with the election campaign. I'm hosting a town hall for her on Saturday, October 6th, and we're kind of going right into the heart of the district that's the most competitive for that. And then the week following that, I have to get confirmation on the facility to know if it's going to be the 10th or the 11th. I'll hold my first COS meeting. Cool. My state senator is Aaron Freeman, and Aaron joined the Senate after the Senate passed the resolution for our Convention of States resolution. He replaced Senator Patricia Miller, who was actually a co-author of the resolution. And I'm confident that Aaron will be supportive, but I'm not sure how well educated he really is on it. He's asked me to keep the day of October 4th kind of free for him because there's an education committee meeting where the timing of that's kind of in flux, and he wants to be able to schedule me around that meeting. So I've agreed to do that. So I kind of have that date just kind of blocked on my calendar waiting for Aaron to let me know what time that would be. And I plan to kind of go back, and I'm prepared to go into some more detail with him on some background of the effort and the work that was done, up to this point to kind of get that approved in Indiana. And he may not really know even the differences between our effort and some of the other Article 5 efforts that are going on across the country.
Good. Great, Kim. That's great.
Do people have any questions about that? I mean, like you say, it really wasn't hard. I mean, it's an easy thing to do. Of course, when you're calling your rep, they're going to be nice to you and receive, and you're well received. But I think being election time, I acknowledge that it's, you need to kind of be conscientious to that. And I made the introduction, keep the dialogue going, but I think it needs to be for right now kind of, because she is in the competitive area, focused on her campaign needs. But I think but we'll keep the dialogue open, and she continues to be very, very supportive.
Good.
Yeah, Kim, you did a fantastic job. I didn't talk to Kim before this. I didn't know what she was going to say. I'm really impressed with how you handled the meeting. And I was also struck by one thing that was in the report that you entered through Patriot Games. You mentioned that your representative brought up to you, I think you called it a sort of a confidential matter. I don't need to know what it is, but it was not related to Convention of States, correct?
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful example of self-governance where you're meeting with your legislator on Convention of States, but it allows you to work on them with other issues that, if they're important to you, you can help your legislator with those issues and help build that relationship. So I just wanted to give you a compliment for a great act of self-governance in your meeting.
Oh, well, yeah, thanks for that. I introduced myself to her and shared my background with her, which we have some mutual friends and contacts. But when she understood that there are some areas that I have some knowledge in and some contacts in, she kind of shared with me an issue that she's trying to work on with she chairs the health committee. And she asked if I could kind of track down some answers to some questions for her, and I'm continue to work on that with her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's the kind of things we want to see. Thank you so much, Kim.
Sure.
Not only for meeting with your legislator, but sharing that report. And I was just joking around when I said you couldn't wait to meet with your senator and to find out you got that already scheduled. I'm really excited about that too.
Yeah, well, I hope that we can work that out for the 4th. It's he's very busy, but he's in a safe district, probably the safest Senate district in the state. So he shouldn't be that tied up with his election.
Great. Dale, if you could just go back to the previous slide.
I just want to say good job, Kim, and for you district captains that out there that have yet to do this, I'm sure Kim would be willing to talk with you about this if you would like.
Sure.
Give you some pointers, and good job, Kim. Thank you very much.
Sure, thanks, and anyone feel free to contact me anytime.
All righty. Okay, let me get back to the previous slide there, Paul.
Yeah, I'll just wrap up quickly to keep us on time. Strategic planning for 2019, we have a session set for October 13th down in Carmel. We're looking forward to doing that. We're starting to plan that day out, and Dale and I are actually meeting Friday for lunch to get some detailed plans together for that. So that's all on track. And then, Dale, thanks for promoting the podcast, putting it on there. I didn't have anything in particular to talk about on that other than my PR guy, George, has already posted the link to that podcast in the messages for this meeting. So thanks for doing that, George.
George is your PR guy?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to pay him off with a free podcast coffee mug. So I'll get that to you, George.
Yeah, don't depend upon him for any donuts. I'll tell you that for sure. But that's another issue. Okay.
That's
Well,
all I
thanks,
got.
Paul. Anyone have any questions for Paul before we move on here? Okay. Well, Ken, you're back up. Our comms team and Ken Kachuba. Ken, are you back up there?
I'm back up here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There you are. See you now.
All right, we're back up. I'm going to be short and sweet as well tonight. We obviously, as we've talked about some different things that we're working on for fall, starting off with a couple things that Dale and I will be working on coming up is the YouTube channel. And we are trying to go ahead and put that in place so we can produce more YouTube videos that Dale wants to use as educational videos for the YouTube channel, which will hopefully get up and running here in the month of October. And another test area that we're working on is this BeLive TV. We are looking to do some live broadcasts, and Dale and I will be testing this BeLive TV a little bit more. We've had a quick trial run of it a week or so ago, and so we're looking to get that up and running so that we can actually start putting up some live broadcasts, which currently our national team uses, and a few other states, I believe, are using it at this time as well. So those are a couple of the things we're working on that are both educational and going to expand our communications deliveries with a live broadcast. And so that's basically where we're headed with a couple of those items.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple words. This YouTube channel, this channel is out there now, but it's kind of under construction, you might say right now. But like Ken said, I want this to be an educational resource for us to use and for all of us to contribute to. So as we develop this, we'll explain how you, as a district captain or as a individual in a support position, how you can create material to contribute to this channel. So, like I said, I really want this to be a educational resource for our state. And this Facebook Live, this is quite exciting. If any of you have watched Tamara Colbert do COS Live, that's the format that we're looking at doing here, and we want this to be COS Indiana Live. And like Ken said, there's a piece of software involved in this that enables you to broadcast over Facebook Live, but you got to use this software. There's various pieces of software out there, but this is the software, BeLive.tv. This is the software that Tamara Colbert uses for the national broadcast of COS Live. So this is going to be quite exciting. Now, our intention here is that this would be geared to bringing new people into Convention Estates in our state. I should say bringing in new people as well as updating people in our state about our organization. So, we're going to be covering some basics of Convention Estates every time, and I want to be featuring and interviewing people in our organization. You notice we didn't do a story time tonight, and the reason for that is that I want to start using that kind of thing in this live broadcast. So This is going to be. I'll tell you, it's conquering this software is quite a challenge, but I think we're almost there. Anybody have any questions on anything that Ken mentioned here, or the YouTube channel, or the live broadcast that we're looking at doing? Anybody have any questions on that? Okay. If all goes as planned, we're looking at bringing these things online in October at some point in time. All right. Ken, you have anything else?
Just a couple of things, Dale, and kind of piggybacking off of the story time that we've been doing elsewhere, and I think this is going to be great for the BeLive TV broadcast that we do. We are still going to be looking to record personal stories and involvement from our other our DCs and RCs and other people involved in the organization, and using them for our state page. Dale, do you still have that link to the Young Americans up or available? I just thought maybe if you would play Maya's short clip. I want to show people that Maya used the webcam link that I've got from my website to record this, and I think it turned out really. It'll give you an example as to what we could do with these short ones. She's the first one up there, Dale.
Yeah, that was very good. Hope this works here. Come on, come on.
Is it going to work?
Here it is.
There you go. You might have, and you might have to unmute it, Dale.
Can you hear it all right?
It's working.
Hi, my name is Maya Phillips, and I am the Coalition Coordinator for Young Americans for Convention of States in Indiana. I joined Convention of States because I wanted to help build a grassroots army of young Americans who believe in self-governance. I hope you will join us by going to conventionofstates.com.
All right.
Thanks, Dale. Yeah, I think it was very easy to use. It comes out very clear and clean, and I think it's another way, again, to continue to be able to add those type of broadcasts to our state page. So we'll be working a little bit more with that as we go forward, and I did also hear from David saying that he would record a couple of extra sessions for us that way as well. So just another tool to utilize, and the fact that we are going to continue to do some of that for our state page. And that leads into our state page. I was able to talk a little bit today with Rodney about our state page, and the fact that I was looking to have this link show up prominently in the box to the left when you come in. And from what I understand, we have to produce a blog and attach it so that it shows up. So I'm going to be working closer with Rodney and Garrett on that to figure out what we need to do to make sure that pops up. But the state page will be coming along, and we'll be continuing to roll that out. And Rodney brought up one other thing today that we're going to continue to, I have to find out some more about and talk to him and Garrett a little bit further about it. Apparently some other states are also putting up or developing their own state website. Now, I know we have a web page and Facebook page and an Indiana state page, but I have to find out a little bit more how some of these other states are using the actual an actual website, and how that might work for us. I know, Dale, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this yet, but Rodney, if you're on and want to kind of give us an oversight on that, or fill in a little bit as to what we talked about, it might help explain it.
Yeah, so I don't. Oops, I'm getting an echo. So some of the states like Florida, Kentucky, and some of the others have developed these state pages. I'm fairly certain they're web pages that gives information for people outside of convention of states to be able to see and be able to connect with people. It's like Florida has a list of speakers on theirs in different areas of Florida and tells them where the speakers are, so they can get people to come speak at their events and things like that. And it provides links into convention of states for resources and different things. I haven't been into the nitty-gritty of what they're doing there since I don't have a state page myself. So, yeah, me and Ken and Garrett, and maybe Ken, I could get you up with Michelle Flynn in Florida, and she can explain to you what she's doing there and how she's doing it. But a number of states are doing this.
Sounds great. Yep. That's pretty much all I have, Dale. So unless there's any questions on that, we'll hopefully be filling in on the comms meeting as well as the next state meeting as to, and I get a chance to talk to you a little bit more, Dale, after I get some more information on that.
All right. All right, good. Thanks, Ken. Thanks. Yep. All right. Going to move on here. We always try to mention our goal of self-governance. So as you can see, we do a lot of things engaging in self-governance, and we want to encourage people in our districts to engage in self-governance as well. So I mentioned to you earlier when we were talking with Richard Loken, and I misspelled his name again here. It should be L-O-K-U-N. But here's a few pictures from the Plymouth meeting that was conducted during the month of September, and that's Richard speaking to the group, and Paul Phillips was the featured speaker at the meeting. So just a few pictures of that meeting that occurred in Plymouth, Indiana. This is not a quote, okay? This is a paraphrase, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. But at our region meeting in Knoxville, Tennessee, that Paul and I attended in September, one of the people talking had attended the ALEC conference, the 2018 ALEC conference, and David Horowitz was one of the featured speakers. And the topic was Convention of States and how we in the movement need to be as hungry as the opposition about our movement. And he said, I thought, I'm paraphrasing here, but the statement that he made was, our opposition wakes up every day asking, how can I further destroy our country today? So, when you think about that now, our opposition wakes up every day asking, how can I further destroy our country? So the question is, do we wake up every day thinking how we can further liberty in our country, how we can further the understanding of our Constitution, how we can further the way we see this country and the way we think it should be? So we need to be as hungry as our opposition, okay? So that really struck me when that was said, so I wanted to pass that on to you. All right. We're actually pretty much on time tonight. I wanted to go around the horn here real quick and see if anybody's got anything else, anything they'd like to say. Tim, I see you're on. You got anything you want to say tonight?
Not for me, Dale. Thanks.
All right. Rodney, you've already spoken. Jerry? Anything you want to say, Jerry?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. George, how about you, bud?
What? No,
right?
no, I got nothing to say. I've just been working in the message box here.
Yeah, I know. I can see that.
Yeah, well, maybe in the future, like the way Jeannie and Mike do their stuff, you can do the presentation and I'll answer questions in the message box. That might be something we can do later on or something. So, my bandwidth gets so slow. It did the video and all that stuff's kind of crappy. So, all right. Thanks.
All
Great
right.
meeting, Dale. Thanks.
Thanks.
So you'd be like Vanna White, George?
Yeah, sure, okay. I'll get some Clairol for the next meeting. So.
All right. I'm going to mute you. Clint, I see you're on. Anything you want to say?
I just think that this is a great meeting, and I think it's informative.
Good.
And I think it helps people really define their why they're doing this. So.
Good. Glad to have you on, Clint. Thank you very much. Dallas, you got anything to say, bud?
No, I'm pretty good. Just sitting here listening in tonight.
All right. Well, Diane, I see you're on tonight. Is there anything you would like to say tonight?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked, Dale. I love your shirt. That is fantastic.
Okay, you like that.
You are representing the movement well. And I'm just so delighted to see so many new people, and just want to thank everybody for working so hard. And I'm just so proud of our state and how it's still growing the movement. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Diane. For you new district captains, Diane Gomez was our previous state director, and Diane led our state to passing the resolution in 2016. So, and she's working now at with the national group. We always love having her on, and we always love having her contribution. So thank you, Diane. Gary, how about you?
Yeah, I'm here. Been busy all summer working on my addition.
All right. Okay. Jim, John, Donka, anything you want to say tonight?
All right, if I could get the mic to work. There you go. Really good meeting. First one I've been through, so I'm excited and looking forward to get going.
Great. Well, thanks for being on, man. The others have already spoken here. Richard, anything else you wanted to say? Trying to unmute you here, Richard. All right.
This is Rodney. I do have one thing to say.
Okay, Rodney. Yeah.
Well, as many of you know, I get another call this time of night every Wednesday, and I chose to be on here tonight. I haven't been here in a while. I just have to say this is freaking awesome. Was not seeing this for a while, and everything that's going on here, and everything that everybody's doing. Just amazed that you guys are all working hard and doing great.
Well, thank
you for everything you're doing. And on Maya, thank you for stepping up. When I put out the call to all the state directors in the past states for a young American leader to step up if they knew one, Indiana so far is the only one that brought somebody up. So thank you, Maya.
Is that right? Really? Oh, great. Great.
I got one for Mississippi, and I recently got one for Missouri, which is a past state, but that was a personal conversation in the person's.
Well, you still there, Rodney? Yeah. Just a thought, as we get more individuals like Maya to step forward, we need to find a way for them to talk to each other. Just to be in communication with each other in that position and what they're trying to do and so forth and so on. So just a thought.
They do have the coalition Slack team that they're on, or should be.
Okay. All right. Susan, you there from Tennessee?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't believe this. This is awesome. I'm very impressed. I love the PowerPoint and everybody communicating with one another and the webcam, and this is fun and exciting. That's the way it should be. So yeah, I'm loving this.
Well, thank you, Susan, and glad you could join us tonight. You come back anytime.
Okay, I will.
All right. Thomas.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thomas, are you there? There you go, Thomas. We're not hearing you, Thomas. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, folks, that's all I have for tonight. Our next call will be on the 4th Wednesday of October. And if my calendar is right here, that's October 24th. So look for us for our state call then. And also be on the lookout this month for our YouTube channel and our live broadcast. So everyone, have a good evening. It's up here. It's supposed to get kind of cool tonight for this time of the year. I think we're supposed to get down in the 40s tonight. So everyone, have a good evening, and we'll be talking to you later. Good night.
Thanks, Dan.
Night.
Good night.